G'day, my name's Dr. Adam Merson, veterinarian. I'm going to talk to you about Bat Lyssavirus and the risks associated with it. So what is Bat Lyssavirus? Well, it's a virus that is transmitted from bats to humans and can cause quite serious illnesses. Currently, there's been 4 kinds of carriers, from flying foxes, fruit bats, and 1 species of insect-eating microbat. While Lyssavirus is more likely to be found in sick or injured bats, there is a higher risk that they can appear in healthy bats, so something that you should be mindful of. Australian Bat Lyssavirus is closely related to, but not identical to, the rabies virus, which can cause serious and usually fatal diseases in humans. So, what are the signs and symptoms of Lyssavirus? Well, they can result in paralysis, delirium, convulsions, and death. And since 1996, only 3 people have died as a result of the Australian Bat Lyssavirus after being bitten or scratched by bats in Australia. So we're going to talk about transmission. So essentially the virus is transmitted through an infected bat's saliva, either entering a break in the skin or in the eye. This usually affects the areas that contain mucous membranes, such as the nose or mouth. The virus is also found in the neural tissue of bats and brain, and therefore needle stick injuries or cuts from sharp objects that has been used on the bat may also have a potential to transfer the virus. So I want to follow on with some treatment and then prevention. Essentially, treatment for Bat Lyssavirus is the rabies vaccine, and it's given after exposure but before a person becomes too unwell, and it will prevent the disease. However, once a person develops the disease, there is no specific treatment for the Bat Lyssavirus in Australia today. Proper cleaning of the wound reduces the risk of infection if bitten and scratched. Immediately wash the wound thoroughly with soap and water for at least 5 minutes, just to make sure you've got everything out. If available, anaesthetic with an antivirus action, such as providine or iodine, even alcohol, ethanol, should be applied after washing. If bat saliva contacts the eyes, nose or mouth, flush the area thoroughly with water for at least 15 minutes. Tetanus injection may also be necessary in case you've been bitten or scratched by the bat. And additionally, while bat feces and urine and blood are not considered to pose a risk for the virus, contact with any bat fluids should be treated as precautionary and avoided at all costs. And if you do come into contact with these, you should wash your hands immediately. Prevention. At all costs, do not touch bats, even if they are injured. Only vaccinated people who have been trained in the care for bats should ever handle bats or flying foxes, and people who come across injured bats should contact the Department of Environment Heritage Protection on 1300 130 372 or the RSPCA on 1300 Animal, or the local wildlife care and groups, rescuers, carers for assistance. Do not touch bats. Secondly, rabies vaccine is the second prevention, and it's used to protect against the Bat Lyssavirus. Even if a person has had the rabies vaccine, further rabies vaccinations will be required if they are exposed to further Lyssavirus. Currently, there are 2 types of vaccines that may be used. So we've got the rabies vaccine, which contains the killed virus that cannot cause the disease. This vaccine stimulates the person's immune system to develop antibodies that will recognise and kill the virus before it has time to cause illness. And the other one is the human rabies immunoglobulin, HRIG, and that's made from blood donated from people who have been vaccinated against rabies. It's a concentrated form of antibodies that protect against rabies virus and may be recommended for immediate protection for people who contract the Bat Lyssavirus but have never had any exposure to the rabies vaccine before. Well, I hope today's session was informative. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video on Bat Lyssavirus. And if you have any further questions, you can refer them to the Department of Health. Their website is www.health.gov.au, and just type in the search terms Bat Lyssavirus or rabies. There'll be resources there that you can download for your workplace, as well as information for consumers or for personal use. Thanks.